They said it couldn't be done. Some called it a fantasy, a dream too big to chase. A 7'3" Filipino in the NBA. Many laughed at the idea, but guess what? Kai Sotto is proving the doubters wrong. His journey isn't over. It's just getting started. From Las Piñas to the world, Stage Kai's story began in the Philippines, growing up in a basketball household. His father, Irvin Sotto, was a pro player, and from an early age, it was clear Kai was different. By 14 years old, he was already 6'9", dominating high school basketball. He wasn't just a tall kid, he had the skills to match his stats. 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 6+ blocks per game. Numbers that had scouts paying attention. But Kai didn't stop there. He knew height alone wouldn't be enough. He modeled his game after Tim Duncan and Kristaps Porzingis, combining size with skill, IQ, and finesse. Despite his potential, Kai's path to the NBA hasn't been smooth. In 2022, he entered the NBA draft, but wasn't selected. Some called it a failure, but that's far from the truth. His time in the G.League Ignite was cut short due to limited playing time and the pandemic. He wasn't ready yet, but instead of giving up, Kai kept grinding. He took his talents to Australia's NBL, playing for the Adelaide 36ers. He improved every season, dropping career-high performances and showing the world he could compete at a pro level. Then, in Japan's B.League, he leveled up again. With the Koshigaya Alphas, Kai became a dominant force, putting up double-doubles and proving he belonged among the pros. His 25-point, 18-rebound game against Kawasaki a clear message to NBA scouts. He's ready. Can Kai Sotto make the NBA in 2025? With the 2025 NBA draft approaching, the question remains, will Kai finally break through 137, PPG 98, RPG 12, BPG 54? 4% FG, these aren't just good numbers, they're NBA-worthy numbers. His game has evolved. He's stronger, smarter, and more polished than ever before. But there are still challenges. NBA teams look beyond stats. They analyze speed, defense, and versatility. Kai will need to keep proving himself in Japan and on the international stage with Gilas Pilipinas. Still, one thing is clear. Kai Sotto is knocking on the NBA's door, and this time, they can't ignore him. If Kai makes it, he won't just be the first full-blooded Filipino in the NBA. He'll be a symbol of hope for every aspiring hooper in the Philippines and beyond. He's shown that Filipinos belong on the biggest stage, and his success will open doors for the next generation of Asian ballers. But despite the setbacks and disruptions caused by the pandemic, Kai didn't give up. He continued to work on his game, refining his skills and strengthening his body, knowing that his time would come. His path to the NBA wasn't going to be smooth, but it was going to be worth the struggle. The year 2022 came, and for many it felt like Kai's moment had arrived. After years of hype, development, and preparation, the time had come for Kai to declare for the NBA draft. He had the size, the skills, the potential. But despite all the buzz, the unexpected happened. Kai wasn't selected at the time. It was a shock. How could someone with his talents go undrafted? Was the dream really over? But here's the thing. It wasn't a failure. Far from it. Kai wasn't ready. Not yet. The NBA is unforgiving, and many players, especially international prospects, have faced the same kind of setback. It wasn't a defeat, it was a learning curve. The truth is, Kai still had a lot to prove. Following the disappointment of being undrafted, Kai decided to take his talents to Australia's NBL. Signing with the Adelaide 36ers, his first season wasn't easy. He faced challenges adjusting to the physicality and speed of the Australian league, but he took it in stride. Over time, Kai started to find his rhythm. He posted some solid numbers, including a career-high 16 points and 7 rebounds in a game against the New Zealand Breakers. By his second season in Australia, Kai had become a far more consistent and polished player. He had the skills, but now he was learning how to be a professional. He learned how to be an impactful player, not just on offense, but also as a defender and rebounder. The transition to the NBL wasn't perfect, but it was a necessary step. Kai was becoming the player he needed to be, and the world was starting to notice. The experience he gained in Australia would prove invaluable as he began his next chapter. After his time in Australia, Kai took another leap forward, this time heading to Japan's B.League, signing with the Koshigaya Alphas. Japan's professional league provided a new set of challenges and opportunities, and once again, Kai adapted and excelled. He began to put up impressive double-doubles, including a 25-point, 18-rebound performance against the Kawasaki Brave Thunders, showcasing the versatility and dominance that NBA scouts had been looking for. More importantly, his time in Japan allowed Kai to refine his offensive game. He improved his scoring ability and developed a more well-rounded game, learning how to affect the game not just as a shot blocker, but as a scorer, passer, and rebounder. His stock was rising, and the NBA was beginning to take notice again. So, with the 2025 NBA draft on the horizon, the question remains, can Kai Sotto crack the NBA? Will he be the Filipino player to finally break through and make it to the world's most competitive basketball league? Based on what we've seen so far, it's clear that Kai has the talent, the work ethic, and the drive to make it happen. He has proven himself against professionals in some of the world's top leagues, and his skills, combined with his size, make him an enticing prospect for NBA teams looking for a modern big man, someone who can protect the rim, rebound, and score efficiently. But there are still questions. Can he continue to refine his game? Will his consistency hold up against the best in the world?